Hi and welcome back to part 3 of my fig tour. So yesterday I made a boo-boo in my part 2. I said that my golden celeste was a blackjack and I wrote it wrong on the screen. So that is a golden celeste when I get to that particular tree. And I missed one of my fig trees as well. So I'm going to start today, part 3, with that particular fig tree. So here we go. So when we go to do my first fig that I was missed the other day, it's interesting because in my first video, part 1, I talked about Stella. And so Stella is very similar to my first tree that I have over here. Ooh, I got the sprinkler in the way. Ooh, gotta wait. So over here is the first tree that I'm going to talk about, and this is Basilica Cinca. So she's supposed to be like very similar to Stella. So we're going to see, there's her leaves, and I have quite a few on her. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 7, 8 on this one branch here. She grew kind of cuckoo, so I'm hoping to maybe trim this branch off and then uprighting her so she's more of a straight tree for next year. Anyway, so that is my first fig for today on part 3, and now I'm going to go back where I ended, which was over here past the VDB. So let's go on over there and look at that next one. So the next one is a very disappointing tree for me. It's Risa. Haven't had a fig off of it since the first season in 2019, the full summer, and so on and so forth. Not one fig off of this tree, and it was a cutting off of somebody's tree. I think Dave Seragio's, if I'm saying his last name right. Anyhow, I got it from him, and I have never had a fig off of it. So I don't know. It grows and grows. It's in a big pot, but never get a fig. So anyhow, that is my next one there. And then after that, I have Bryant's Dark. So I heard that this is similar to a Chicago Hardy. So it does look very similar. It has nice big, some really nice big figs coming that I just put into some netting here to kind of protect it from the birds. It does help. But if they really want it, they can get through that. But it does help. But it definitely does look like a Chicago Hardy, doesn't it? Beautiful leaf. And it is a very big producer. Very good, like the Black Bethlehem, just a little bit later. So anyhow, that is my next one. And then after that, I have Strawberry Latte, which I think is really probably a raspberry latte, because I can't find any information on a strawberry version of it. So anyhow, this one I was hoping to taste last year, but I had the ambrosio beetle kill it. So it grew back really well this season. So let me see, I'll get this. This is from the other tree. This is the Brian Dark's branch right here, but there it is. It goes up. It's about 7 feet tall. So these are the leaves here. I don't know if anybody has a raspberry latte, if they know any information about that, but I would really much appreciate it if you know what it looks like. I guess I won't find out until I have fruit, and then I'm going to move on to my black Madeira. I had it last year, and I am telling you, it has a very intense, deep, rich flavor. It is really, really good. If you take like a Chicago Hardy, a really nice ripe one, and you intensify that, over and over again, it is definitely a very good fig to have. I think there's others that are just as good, but if you come across one and someone will give you one, a cutting or whatever, or you can get it inexpensive, I would definitely get one. And especially if you're in a warmer climate, because then you'll have more luck of probably having them ripen. First year I didn't. The second year last year I did. And I did have quite a few. I think about 5 of them. Oh, it's wonderful. But I have only 2 on this tree, but it did grow really, really well. This is all of it here and here, and this branch going up. And it has these other branches here. So anyhow, that is black Madeira. A very sought after fig, but like I say, if you can't afford it and you can't get a clipping, there's lots of good ones out there. My next one here is Peter's Honey. I had one already this year. It's good. It's a honey fig, of course, the name. I do have more coming. There's one here. I still think the Italian honey from April Graves is better. So I'm still gonna give this guy a little try, give it a little more love. I have one there and I have a couple of them here going. So there's that one. And then last on this row is my brown turkey. And like I say, another great honey, brown, sugary tasting fig. Very good producer. I don't know how many I have on this tree. I've already taken a lot off. You can see the little baggies on there, I think. But really, really doing well. Just lots and lots of them up there. Probably if this was in ground, you probably get tons more. But it's just, it's got a lot on there coming along. So, and then it goes over here and over there. And last year I did not prune my trees at all. This year they are getting a major prune. I thought I just wouldn't prune them one year, and it turned out pretty good. This one here I think is going to be ready for tonight. When they kind of do the little ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling when you hit it, feeling like a little floppy, that's when I like to pick them. So anyhow, I have a bunch on there. And then I already talked about my next fig. This is my double. This is Black Bethlehem again. So she is just loaded, as you can see. Loaded. Just every branch. And they're nice, big, very tasty figs as well. So anyhow, there's Black Bethlehem. Now I got to think of which way I'm going to go. So let me think about this. So this one is a Tina Tuscan Dark. Now I'm wondering, is another one that I got in 2018. So I'm thinking it might just be a Tuscan Dark. I haven't had a fig off of it yet. There is no figs on it this year that I see. Yeah, there's none on there. There looks like there's a brie bar. Come on, focus in. There we go. Brie bar starting on it. So I don't know if it's a green fig. It might be a Tina, but with the dark at the end, I'm thinking it just must be a Tuscan Dark, and somehow Tina got on it for some reason. This is the bad thing about sometimes getting figs and fig cuttings from other people. Names get scrambled, and so it's tough to know what you have until fruits and everything. But we'll see if maybe she'll produce next year. If she doesn't, this might be one I eliminate from my my pot collection, because you know I need room for better ones, and I used to have over 100, and I'm down to like 70. I think it's 70 exactly fig trees, and I need to keep it there, or about 60, because I'm getting older and it's not getting easy to load all these into the garage. So I have to start getting picky about the taste of the fig or the productivity of them. So anyhow, this is Tina Tuscan Dark / maybe just Tuscan Dark. We will find out maybe someday down the road if she's a green fig or a dark. So anyhow, there's that one. Let's go on. Let's see, we'll probably go to one of these two now. Okay, well, I already think I talked about Black Malta, and that is this one right here. I think here we go. I'm pointing the one with the little thing in the pot. That's Black Tuscan. But over here, I have LSU Tiger. It's been an interesting fig tree for me. It doesn't like a lot of watering, and when I had a lot of rain, it dropped its first crop when I had it the first time. And then the second time I was pretty good about not watering it as much. But this year we haven't had a lot of rain. It does not have, I think it has a fig, one fig. Yeah, there it is. It has a fig here. Now whoa, there we go. That was rooted, that leaf. There's one right there. I'll be happy if I can taste it this year because I really would like to know if I like it. I haven't had best of luck with LSU, so but we will see if LSU Tiger does a good job. That's the only fig though. Good lordy. So let me see. Oh yeah, I show you a leaf, and there's her leaf. She's got a nice big leaf. So not as pretty as some of them, but nice big leaf. So now I think I'm going to go over to this one over here in the next pot. So let me get around there. Okay, so this is white Adriatic. She's a beautiful tree. Not a fig on her. I was hoping to try this one because I really like the Adriatic JH. So anyhow, she goes up, 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 up. And I think I'm going to have to prune this puppy. She is tall. Let me see if I can get... I can't tell. She got a... No, I don't see a fig starting up there, but there is the crab eyes. Oh, come on. This thing is... These leaves are being stinkers. Can you see it now? The leaf is in front of my screen, so I can't see. But yeah, those double eyes there, I call them crab eyes. I think we started that with... I can't think of her name. She's on the group too, but we always used to call it crab eyes when we see that in the little armpit of the leaf. When you see that, usually you're gonna have a branch and a fig come there. Anyway, or leaf, one of the two. So anyhow, that is white Adriatic. I've not had it. If you have and you liked it, let me know. So I'm hoping next year. We'll see. Alrighty, this is yellow long neck. I'm not a big fan of it just because it has not ripened for me. Before it got the beetle attack on it and it had to regrow these wonderful 3 branches, which I'm probably going to get rid of the 2 and keep the 1. It produced a boatload of them, but it would not ripen. It was like huge, plumping, would not ripen in time, and I didn't get a chance to eat one of them. So I'm a little perturbed with it. I'm still going to give it a little bit of a chance, maybe one more season. If not, I'm going to be dealing with something else. So I heard it was a good fig. Let's see if I get a top leaf here so you can see. Very pretty top leaf, very similar to... Come here, you. There we go. Very similar to a lot of the other leaves. Very, very pretty. If you've had yellow long neck, let me know. I just, like I say, I think it's kind of a honey fig that's really large. So the ones I had, like I said, that I didn't get to eat, they got quite large. I'll have to see if I can find a picture of that. That was a couple years ago now since the beetle got it. I think I'm repeating myself. But anyway, let's go on to the next one. The next one here is my double one. This is Adriatic JH. I have a beautiful one in the front. So I'm going to kind of skip over this until I can get to my bigger tree. This one got the attack of the beetle too. So this one is just coming back, and it wasn't doing as well as some. And I did cut a few other suckers because I just wanted the one trunk. So anyway, I'll talk more about the Adriatic JH when I get up to the front of the house and show you my nice big one. Okay, through the jungle here, I'm trying to get to my Diana. I read that she's a very hardy fig. She's huge. Vigorous grower, very sweet, nice textured, I think sweet honey fig. I have not had one off of her yet, but she does grow really, really well. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer to her. I am trying to straddle here through some other trees. There's her leaf, big leaf, I mean, and she's really tall. I think if she was straight, she'd probably be 11 feet tall. So anyhow, this is Diana. She needs enough potting as well, but she did have the the stupid beetle got into her too, so I have to wait another year to taste her. It's very disappointing when you get some things like that. So anyhow, there's Diana, cold hardy, vigorous grower, and I got her from April Graves in Arizona. So anyhow, there's that one. Alrighty, I just can't back up for this tree, but this one is Smith. Definitely a keeper. He also got the Ambrosio beetle last year, so he's regrown. He did really well, as you can see. Well, maybe you can't see, but he's probably about 7 feet tall. Lovely branching he's doing, and not bad for, see, he had his little cut down here. So I got to have him a couple of times, and I'm telling you, Smith is a wonderful fig. Definitely something that you want to have in your collection. So anyhow, there's the Smith, and there's his leaves. Okay, this cute little tree is a cadota, and he is supposed to be really super hardy for my area. Zones 5 through 6. He has not fruited for me yet. He's supposed to be a very sweet, green, yellowish looking fig. He does have lots of promising in each of his areas here. These nodes, oh goodness. They're very, see that? That's going to be a fig for next year. And it is loaded, so I am probably not going to prune this one. It really doesn't need it. It's about, it's probably 6 foot total at the top right here. This is it here. You know, and it's about as tall as me right here, which I'm 5'4". So I probably will keep this. Hope for the best. We'll see. I think it has really cute little leaves. It just seems like a miniature type of a fig tree as well. I really think the leaves are pretty. A little different than some of the others. So anyhow, that's another one I have, Cadota, that I have not had a chance to eat a fig off of. So I have to go on the other side of the aisle and try to get back in here to my other trees that I want to show you. So I'm going to try and do that. Let me see what the next one here is. Solemn's white. So I'll probably do that next and then go around, because this is getting difficult to show this to you all. Okay, so this is a Solemn's white. It's a honey fig. So I have not had this one yet. I have Solemn's dark as well. And there's one over there. Oops, one over there. That's really getting big. And then, let me see, get the right branch. There's a bunch up here and a bunch up there. So looking forward to trying this one this time. I've like I say, this will be my first year of having Solemn's white. I hope it's a good tasting honey fig, because I already like the Italian honey really much, and so it would be nice to have maybe a little different of a honey fig. So anyhow, that's that one. And then I'm starting to get into more Chicago Hardies. I skipped one I had way back there, but I have this one as well. This one I had bought. This is one of the Chicago Hardies I bought way down. If you're from Michigan, you know where Hall Road is, and you have the English Gardens down there. It's kind of like by Partridge Creek. I bought that there, and I didn't pay the $59.99. It was on sale for $39.99, but I'm telling you, I didn't even need to do that, because all the ones I started, which one was a culture, I'll put it on the screen, I have a picture of it, from Tractor Supply, and then cuttings, produced just as much on the same year as this bought one. So it's quite interesting. But anyhow, this is one of my Chicago Hardies, and I have 2 over there as well. So I have 4 total. Love the fig. It's a great producer. Definitely something you all should have. And someday maybe I'll even try one in the ground, because they say they do well. It have to be in a south side, sunny, protected, so that it can grow enough in order to give me my fruit. But I might just give it a whirl, give it a try maybe next year. Anyway, let me see, which way am I going to go? This way. I guess I'll start at the end and work my way back into this last row, because this is my last row, and I did start at the other end, a couple of them, and kind of went in between. This is really hard because there's hardly any room, especially with my raspberries here. So like if you look this way, there's no place to walk. My pathway is probably 4 feet wide, but these just went whoop. So we're gonna try and fix this raspberry situation next year. All right, that was a little side note. So let me see. My next one here, I think is Red Sicilian. Yeah, I think that's what this is. Ooh, the sun is coming in. Let me go back this way a little. Red Sicilian. Here is her leaf, and she is very prolific. Tons and tons of fruit. She also got the beetle, and she gave me two limbs that I tied together to a post as hard as I could. So see how she got the beetle, and I had to cut it down that far. So then up she came, and I'm trying to keep her together, but I have a couple of coming. Oh goodness, sorry. I have a couple coming right there that are in the bags real soon, and then you can see the other ones in the background. She's doing really, really well. So similar leaf to the Chicago, I think. So anyway, well, this is Red Sicilian, and I have had one from her, and she's delicious. Nice rich flavor, berry, not as intense as maybe a Smith, but let me see if I get a couple more ripe figs off of her and do some reviews for you, and I'll let you know what me and my husband think of the Red Sicilian. So let me get back to the next one to show you. Okay, this next one is Texas Blue Giant. I got this from a friend down in Texas. He is got a YouTube video. I'll post it, and you guys can check that out. Anyhow, this one is supposed to be from the island of Capri, and then I guess it was introduced in San Antonio, Texas. I don't know, I don't remember when, but it's supposed to be a really delicious fig, green on the outside and a kind of an amber inside. So I have not tasted it. I was hoping this year I would, but of course, the story of the Ambrosio beetle again. So anyhow, if you haven't seen that video, I kind of have a video on that and what it did to my fig trees. I had, I think, 22 that it got into. So anyhow, check that video out if you'd like, and you can see my story about that. So anyhow, this is Texas Blue Giant. Alrighty, let's see if I'm really close to this tree. So this one is U. Elbington, which means unknown Elbington. And I guess it's a Mount Edna type of a fig, possibly. It's ripening about the same time as my Chicago Hardy. It has similar leaf to Chicago Hardy. Anyways, I guess a lot of people we're trying to keep this particular tree alive, so they were giving it away to, I guess, a lot of people so it wouldn't go away. I really don't know a lot about it. If you're a fig dictionary or someone who knows a lot about it, maybe you can tell me some of the stuff down in the comments. But anyhow, this is unknown Elbington, and it's growing wonderfully. It's about my height. It's about doing as well as my Chicago. So anyhow, let me see what my next one is. It's a Rango, so I'm gonna hop right over to Rango here. Okay, Rango, I have not had. It seems to be turning yellow, and I think they're the kind that you find dried in the supermarkets, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So anyhow, I'm not going to say much about it, but there's the leaf. There is the fruit so far. It's still ripening. It's hard. Green, and now it's turning yellow. So there's a few more. It's this way. I gotta make sure this is the right tree. Yep. So there's some more up here. And anyhow, that is Rango. Okay, so this is Sales L, and I guess Sales Jen. And it goes by, I guess it's a Sicilian type fig, I think. Anyway, it's very tasty. I'm gonna have some more to taste this year so I can give you a better fig tasting of it, and I give you some of the leaves here. So I'm really close to the tree. So he seems to be very similar to Chicago Hardy. He does have some nice crackling on him when he ripens. So anyhow, this is Sal's Al, and I think I'm almost done with this row. So I think I am. I think I gotta go over to my last, I think, 2 more fig trees that I have to talk about. Nope, a few more I see. Okay, so anyhow, that is the last of this one, this row. Okay, this is Solemn's dark. This is the opposite of Solemn's white. So he has got a fig here coming along, and here as well. So this is Solemn's white, and there's his leaf, very similar to Chicago Hardy as well. So let's see, I'm going to, this one's a Chicago. This one here is Petra. Petra, however you want to say it. Petra. And she is hanging on to one fig. It does not look very good. I don't like it when it looks ribbed like this. I thinking she's gonna fall. It's gonna fall off. But I do have this one, but look how tiny it is. So I'm hoping to try Petra. I heard she was really a delicious fig. So I'm not sure. I can't find much on this fig, but I guess it's maybe from Jordan. So I don't know. If you know anything about Petra, let me know, but here she is. Anyway, nice leaf. So this is my next one. This one is Black Mission. It needs enough potting like a lot of my fig trees, but I haven't had a fig off of it. Hoping to sometime in the future. It's a nice leaf. Kind of reminds me of more of a RDB leaf or something. A little more skinnier in the center here, but not quite. I guess he's just a heirloom variety that a lot of people like and well known in, I guess, California. It's one of my favorite dried figs that I like to get from the supermarket if I can find them. So that's why I got the tree, but you need to produce for me. So I need to give it a little more love. So anyhow, my next tree is Point Teresa. So Point Teresa, I haven't had a fig off of her yet. I've had her for quite a long time. I guess she was found by the lake in Switzerland and it became very popular at that time, but I haven't had a fig off of her yet. She did have some on her and they dropped off, and she's looking kind of yellow. I don't think she likes Michigan. Kind of like the Risa that I have over on the other side. It just hasn't produced for me, so I keep hoping. Anyhow, I got this off of a nice lady on the fig group. Can't remember her name, but anyhow, there is Point Teresa. So Blava is, I think my variety is a Caponera. It's a green fig with I don't know what color inside, kind of a purple bluish color inside, and here is her leaf. I haven't been super impressed with the taste, but she is got a lot of figs on her. I'm thinking she needs a little bit more water for her to hold on to some more of these, and again, like I say, the poor thing needs to be up potted. These grow bags are great, but to keep them in there for many years is probably not the best idea. So I do have a lot of pots. I just either A, couldn't find the products that I needed at the time or ran out of time, and I'm just a little I was a little lazy. Anyway, so here's Blava. I also know that Dave Serraccio, I think, had the same variety. So he might have had some things to say about that if you search on What the Fig group on Facebook. So anyhow, this is Blava. Okay, now I did the review on this strawberry latte, which it can't be because I can't find information on it. So I'm gonna go up to the front where I have a raspberry latte, and we'll see if this looks any similar to that one. So good look at it. I have no fruit to compare. So let's just see if these leaves look the same as that one. So let's take a walk on up to my last two trees to show you. Here are my last two trees. This one here is the raspberry latte. So there's the leaf of her. And I have had the figs last year. This year it's not doing as well. I don't know why. Last year they were pretty good, but they're getting spongy. And I don't know. There are a few that are hanging on, so I'm hopeful that hopefully I get to try it. But look at this. They're all looking kind of spongy. So I don't know if she's gonna hang on or not. So anyhow, this is raspberry latte. And then last but not least is one of my favorite figs. And this one is my like big, huge, gigantic, oh my goodness, I have to back off. Yeah, that's even backing off. Look how big. Just loaded with figs. Can you see them all? It's really tall. So, but look at all those figs coming on him. Just loaded. Every branch. Let's see if I can count. That branch I just had is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one over there has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that one's got quite a bit. And this one, of course, has quite a bit all the way down it. So, and then this one all the way up. So anyhow, this is one of my absolute favorites. I would never get rid of my Adriatic JH, just like I wouldn't get rid of my Smith. So anyhow, those are my last two fig trees to show you. So anyway, I hope you have a great weekend that's coming up, and see you in the next one. Bye. I just had to throw this in at the end. These are the Chicago hardy trees. Look at how they are producing. Oh my goodness. They're loaded and they're all turning at once. I've never had them where they turned this quickly all at once. They're very mature trees. Had them for 3 years, 3 seasons-ish. This might be the 4th. I have to look it up. But look at them all. Just bam. I mean, bam, bam. Look at them all. And they're big. Look how lovely. I mean, just great year for Chicago. There and there. And then this tree, I have to go carefully through my raspberries here real quick. Ooh. But look at this one. I mean, just like, I can't believe it. This one doesn't seem to be as big. This is kind of how I know them as. A little smaller. Maybe they're like between these and the big ones here. But just loaded. They just all turned purple at once, it seems. And so now I got to go through and I got to check them and see who's ripe and who's not. And they're just starting to turn a little bit soft. So none of these are quite ready. But these here, whew, man, they're huge. Now this one's hard a little, that's hard. This one I've had in a bag. This one's starting to get a little softer, but I think it still needs like another day. But I just had to show you the Chicago Hardy. This is why I'm so in love with this. Man, this one is just huge. It's this one's very soft, but I still think it needs a little time. I always try to wait until I can't wait no longer. And I usually have a tight, closed eye. So anyway, I just had to show you my Chicago Hardy and how nice it is doing. Yeah, they're almost there. But just, I mean, completely loaded this year. Beautiful leaves. Anyway, that was just a little bonus at the end.